A warm and a hero's welcome for former ambassador to the US, Ebrahim Rasool, as he touched down on South Africa's shores on Sunday. Rasool's expulsion from the US is another sign of increased tensions between Cyril Ramaphosa's government and the Trump administration. Rasool has urged the president to appoint an effective person as the next ambassador to the US who should prioritize rebuilding ties with America while maintaining South Africa's values.
We have tried to engage. We have been met with executive orders that cut our aid, cut PEPFAR, and now we sit with the idea that millions could be reinfected with HIV and AIDS. The research for the vaccine may not be one that could be completed. Those are the dangerous things that are happening and why we must mend our relationship or sit out the next 4 years. This is what we have been trying to do, and we must wish that President Cyril Ramaphosa must be able to find someone who can mend that relationship without sacrificing our values.
Experts believe mending relations with the United States will be complex and difficult, but many have urged President Ramaphosa not to compromise the country's sovereignty when appointing the next ambassador to the US.
You're dealing with an administration that is not prepared to listen. They are not prepared to meet with our elected government. Instead, they meet with conservative right-wing elements. They meet with the main opposition. In a way, they are meeting and prefer to meet with white South Africans, but they are not prepared to meet with the democratically elected black majority government.
Tensions between South Africa and the US escalated when Trump cut financial aid to the country, citing the Expropriation Act and the treatment of Afrikaners in South Africa. But the country's decision to hold Israel before the International Court of Justice on the account of its actions in Gaza is believed to be the main reason for the hostile stance from Washington. The US move to communicate decisions via social media rather than official channels has also surprised some observers.
The United States has torn up the rule book and thrown it out of the window of how diplomatic engagements take place.
Analysts say the question now is, what traits should the ambassador possess to succeed where Rasool has failed?
Without asking for favors, negotiate trade on fair and equitable terms with the United States, trade for the sake of trade and mutual benefit. So that's another area of expertise and leadership that is going to be needed.
As President Cyril Ramaphosa is mulling over who to appoint next as the ambassador to the US, the DA's Helen Zille has touted Tony Leon as a suitable candidate. The GNU's clearinghouse mechanism is expected to discuss the matter on Tuesday. SABC News, Johannesburg.